Hello everybody, my name is Muhammad Ibrahim Hazara, and I have decided to help the college students or the beginners who really want to study research methodology. As you are in the picture, in classes, especially on those classes which the time period is very less due to lack of time, the mentors and the teachers are not able to discuss the topics and the subjects as detailed as the students want to know about it. So some of the topics remains ambiguous for the students. That's why I decided to complete those gaps by recording of these videos. These are actually a series of videos which I will upload on my channel, and you can support me by subscribing my channel Abraham Hazara on YouTube. This video is about the first chapter. The first chapter is research methodology introduction. So it's an introduction to research methodology, and the first lesson that we are discussing in this video is the meaning of research. Research has different meanings. In common parlance or in common language, research is the search for knowledge or the search or pursuit of the truth. There are other definitions as well. The first definition that I brought here, it is a scientific and systematic search of pertinent information on a specific topic. So if we see, there are some keywords that we have to keep it in mind. As we know, all the search or the inquiries, all the investigations are not research. Research has its own criteria, characteristics. Those investigation, inquiries and search which completes these criteria, we can say that it's a research. In this definition, it's also obvious. It says a scientific and systematic search of pertinent information. It says the search should be scientific, it should be systematic, and it should be pertinent or related information of a specific topic. So if the search is scientific, if the search is systematic, and all the information which is obtained through this research is related on a specific topic, then we can say it is a research. The other definition which is written here is research is an art of scientific investigation. The person who has given this definition believes that research is an art. An art of what? Not all type of art. The person who has the art or a skill of scientific investigation is a researcher, and research is the art or the skill of scientific investigation. The next meaning which here is mentioned is a careful investigation or inquiry. A careful investigation or inquiry, especially through search for new facts in any branch of knowledge. So here, even though they don't mention that it should be a scientific or it should be systematic, but it mentioned careful investigation or inquiry. But there are two other conditions, that especially it should be what? It should be the search for obtaining new facts, and it should be in any branch of the knowledge. So here this definition is called the dictionary meaning of the research. It says that research is a carefully investigation or inquiry, especially through search for new facts in any branch of knowledge. Two other authors or known person in the field of research, who are Redman and Mori, they said that research is systematized effort to gain new knowledge. It means that for gaining and obtaining new knowledge, if you do some systematized or systematic effort, that one is research. Also, we all know that when every human being is born, they are born with certain instincts, certain habits, that one of these instinct is the instinct of inquisitiveness, which means that when we face with something new or with something unknown, 1,000 or 100 or 10 or 5 question comes in our mind. We say, what is this? How it is built? What work it does? What is the benefit of this? So there are so many questions come in each human being mind. This instinct is called instinct of inquisitiveness. This instinct probe us that when we confront or face with anything, any subject, new words, new machines, this instinct probe us to know more about it. We raise different types of questions, and we search for the answers of those questions. So actually, this instinct of inquisitiveness is mother of all the knowledge. All knowledge are created by these instincts. And here also there are two keywords. Clifford Woody, it's the name of a scientist. This scientist says about whether it comes like a definition, but it's not a definition. In the framework of a definition, it describes the steps of a research, but it's a definition. Most of people use it as a definition. If you write in your paper, or you can use it as a definition, or you want to write in your exam paper, this one is also accepted as a definition for the research. Clifford Woody says that research comprises or contains defining and redefining problems, formulating hypotheses, which is also we say assumptions or suggested solutions, collecting, organizing and evaluating data, making deductions and conclusions, and at last carefully testing the conclusions to determine whether the hypothesis or the assumptions that we have created formulated during the research, whether they fit with the conclusion that we have reached to it. This is said by Clifford Woody. There are two other names here you see in your screen, that D. Schlesinger and M. Stephenson are name of two other scientists in the field of research. They say that the research is manipulation of things, concepts or symbols for the purpose of generalizing, to extend, to correct or to verify knowledge, whether that knowledge aids and helps in construction of a theory or in practice of an art. This definition is actually most fit with one type of research, which is experimental research. Here we don't discuss much about it, but you will understand what the manipulation means. So how we generalize samples to the population, and how we construct theories, and how our research help us on practice of an art. So for now it's better to ignore this because it's a little bit complicated, and they have used very unfamiliar words for the beginners. It is actually a very good definition. It's nice definition, but for now in the beginning it's better to ignore it. But later on you will understand that among all definitions, especially for experimental research, this one is the best fit definition. Once more I repeat that D. Schlesinger and M. Stephenson, actually in Encyclopedia of Social Science, they have said that research is the manipulation of things, concepts or symbols for what purpose? For purpose of generalizing, to extend, to correct or to verify knowledge, whether that knowledge helps or aids in construction of a theory or in practice of an art. You can also you can have it yourself, or you want to keep it notes, so you can just keep it in mind later on when you come to different types of researches or the steps that we are doing in research. You will know that it's a very good definition. You can use it then when you are asked to define the research. It's a very good definition. So, as some of the definitions said that it is the search for gaining new knowledge, it's also mentioned here that research is an original contribution. Original contribution means that your attempt and your work should be original. It should be from yourself. You have to reach to a conclusion. You are not supposed to copy from the other one's work, whether you cite it or you according to the rules in the research, you have to mention that you quoted what others have. Otherwise, your research should be an original work of yours. So it says that research is an original contribution to existing stock of knowledge, making for its which is made for its advancement, or making for its advancement. This is also, we can say, this is also a meaning or a definition for research. So the meaning continues. There are 4 other meanings, 4 other definitions for research, as you see in your screen. You can also pause this video and read it from the screen yourself. I also will read one by one, all of them. The other one say research is the pursuit of truth with the help of what? With the help of study, with the help of observation, comparison, and experiment. So it was, in all of them were obvious. So if you go for finding the truth, if you're searching for the truth by the help of study, by the help of observation, and you compare 2 things between themselves and 2 phenomena, 2 things, 2 individuals in a scientific way. And when you go for experimenting something in a scientific and systematic way, that one is also called research. The next definition is the search for knowledge through objective and systematic methods of finding solution to a problem is research. It means that if you go for finding a solution to a problem, but if you go through a systematic method, it is called research. Again, I repeat, the search for knowledge through objective and systematic method. Okay? Methods of finding solution to a problem is research. Even though the structure of the sentence is a little bit non-normal, but so it is a definition given by the authors, so I brought it as it was. The next one is the search for knowledge through objective and systematic methods of okay, sorry, this one is copied twice by me. We go to the last one. It is research refers to the systematic methods consist of enunciating the problem, which means creating a problem, or a problem, not creating a problem actually. It is like finding a problem, formulating a hypothesis, or formulating assumptions that what are the causes of this problem, collecting the facts, real fact data, analyzing the data, and reaching to certain conclusion in the form of solutions toward the concerned problem in certain generalization for some theoretical formulation is research. It's again the steps. So when you are doing research, at the beginning you see that what is a problem, what is the phenomena. Then you go for a literature review, which means that you go that what other peoples have found about this phenomenon or this problem. While doing your literature review, some assumptions or comes into your mind that maybe the causes of these problems or the nature of these problems are these. These assumptions are called in research hypothesis. So after that you go for collecting the real data. There are many methods. After you collect all the data collected doesn't have any specific meaning that you decide based on that. So you analyze that facts and those data and summarize it until you reach to a conclusion which says that the real problem was this. Then at the end you see that the facts that you have collected, analyzed and reached to a conclusion, whether your conclusion fit with the hypothesis or no. If it was fit, so it's okay. If it was not fit, so with the help of so many softwares, you will delete your hypothesis, or you will go for another research and make sure that whether the data that you have collected is okay or no. After making sure, you will become sure, and that will help you on creating a theory, or you can help an art or an experiment. This was the lesson 1, which was all about different types of meaning and different types of definition of research.